This is the latest major attack by Ukrainian forces on a military airbase in Marinovka, in the Volgograd region. Drones are the most effective weapons in an offensive on the Russian hinterland. According to preliminary estimates, up to 6 Russian bombers may have been destroyed. In addition to military targets, Kyiv is hitting Russian infrastructure. A refinery in Proletarsk, in the Rostov region, has been on fire for several days. It was one of the main suppliers of fuel to troops on Ukraine's eastern front. Our operation in the Kursk region, our combat work continues. Appropriate steps are being taken. We are controlling the designated areas. I thank all our guys, all our units for continuing to replenish the exchange fund. According to observers, the offensive and the offensive actions in the Kursk region are aimed at forcing Russia to negotiate. The exchange fund is supposed to be the collateral needed for them. The problem is that the Russians so far prefer to sacrifice part of their own territory, but not to stop the offensive in the Donbass. They are trying to indicate that this operation in the Kursk region does not matter to them and that they will continue to carry out operations in the Donbass direction, which I think is realistic, meaning it is what it is. You have seized this bit of land for yourself, it's your problem. Moscow says that after the attack on the Kursk region, Kyiv can forget about negotiations, but even Russian partners are already talking openly about it. The Indian Prime Minister, who visited Putin a little over a month ago, arrived in Kyiv for a purely courteous visit. There were too many symbols here that have significance for both Ukraine and Russia. The way to a solution lies only in dialogue, in diplomacy, and we should move in that direction without wasting any time. Both sides will have to sit down together and find ways out of this crisis. I would like to assure you that India is ready to play an active role in any effort for peace. Ukraine condemned Prime Minister Modi's recent visit to Moscow, but it seems that India is playing its own game, in which it wants to take over the reins as peacemakers and co-architects of the New World Order. This is also showing Russia that India is not happy with what Russia is doing, and this is a very important and significant signal. All the more so because China, which has been fighting with India for decades over its position, not only in the Far East, and which has actually sided quite clearly with Moscow here, has become equally actively involved in these games. Kamil Czaska, Republika.